Look, we all know what's out there. A deadly virus that's consumed the brains of so many poor souls. Scientists have studied this disease for years and named it the creative bankruptcy disease. Studies have shown that watching The Dial of Destiny, Rise of Skywalker, or literally any live action Disney remake will give you this virus instantly. But despite all these scientists and millions of dollars worth of funded research, none of them have found a cure. Until now. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you booster shots. A list of movies that will fight off this disease with unparalleled efficiency. While the booster shots themselves aren't always free, my guidance on what they are and where to find them won't cost you a cent. So without further ado, allow me to tell you about one of the best booster shots money can buy. Generally, when I tell someone that the Planet of the Apes Reboot Trilogy is my favorite cinema trilogy of the past 2 decades, their first reaction is,
You serious?
they ask me, aren't those just stupid action movies where monkeys wield machine guns while riding horses, and the only story is apes good, humans bad? And I have to tell them that they are wrong. In fact, basically the only controversy around the third film is that it was marketed as an action film, but ended up only having 2 action sequences. Secondly, it's the apes who shoot machine guns while riding horses, not monkeys, idiot. Clearly, I think it's important to watch these movies.
For your health.
But here's the setup for the first movie. We follow Will, also known as James Franco, before he was a pervert, finding promising results in his cure for Alzheimer's. His cure boosts brain cell activity, and he tests this cure on apes, giving them heightened intelligence. Things are looking good, and he has interested investors. But the whole thing goes belly up when a she-ape suddenly goes berserk, almost hurting an investor, and the ape is shot, tragically. Naturally, the project is scrapped, and the apes are put down, but Will finds out that the she-ape had a baby and went nuts because she got protective and separated from the baby ape. Will is supposed to euthanize the ape, but decides to take him home, and his dad names the baby ape Caesar. Pretty soon, we find out Caesar's inherited the Alzheimer's cure his mother had in her blood. The older he gets, the more he shows signs of being smarter than a normal ape, or even other children his own age. But a public accident soon makes other people aware of Caesar, and he's locked away with the other apes. And what happens next, you ask? Well, that's for you to find out, because honestly, if you haven't seen these films, I really envy your position. Watching these films for the first time is a treat, because what should have been another lazy cash grab reboot of a beloved film ended up being a commercial and critical success all across the board, not just once, but 3 times. And so much of the weight of that success lies on the shoulders of Andy Serkis and the work he put into playing Caesar. His dedication allowed for spot-on motion capture and facial expressions. He delivers every line with power, and the moment where he first speaks is one of the most memorable scenes in all of cinema, full stop. Many rightly believe he should have won an Oscar for this role. Even the hilarious but extreme nitpickers CinemaSins said in their videos,
Andy Serkis isn't winning an Oscar in this scene.
Probably the same kind of blinders the Academy uses to continue refusing you an acting nomination for this mocap brilliance. Andy frickin' Serkis.
it's thanks to his dedication that you actually get sucked up into a story about CGI apes, and you keep watching, not for the action, but for the stories of the apes. You're probably wondering, for a movie about CGI apes, how's this CGI? Obviously the first film, released in 2011, and thus it's not up to modern standards, but if I had to describe each movie's CGI, I would say, yeah, that's okay. Wow, really great job, y'all. Wait, what's CGI? You mean that's not a real monkey? Ape? Ah! The third film, released 6 years ago, and is still one of the best looking movies I have ever seen. Every pixel is rendered to perfection, and you will occasionally forget what you're watching is all computer rendered, except the motion capture, which again is spot on. Now, no film is perfect, and while I consider the latter 2 films to be masterpieces in movie terms, the first film does have some flaws. Notably the writing, it struggles with being cheesy on a couple occasions, and the acting from James Franco is okay, but never on the same level as Andy Serkis or even John Lithgow, who plays Will's father. But my biggest gripe with this film is the main antagonist. The character himself doesn't really have any issues. He's a bully and an animal abuser, so he serves his purpose to the story overall. But he's played by Tom Felton, aka Draco Malfoy, aka the bully kid from Belle. What? I watch Jane Austen movies from time to time. Anyways, Tom Felton's not a bad actor, but to take Draco Malfoy and put him in the same role just makes you zone out and chuckle at the idea of apes and Harry Potter. With those gripes aside, though, I just gotta say it's still a great movie, and when you combine it with the latter two films, it's an amazing package deal. So, all in all, I'd say the Planet of the Apes trilogy booster shot is 97% essential to your health. If you haven't already seen these films, you definitely should set aside some time this weekend. Pop some popcorn and watch these amazing films. Maybe even invite some friends over. So, there you go. That's my latest prescription. If you haven't seen these movies, I hope I persuaded you to go give them a try. And if you have seen them, let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like, smashing that subscribe button, and turning on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think Godzilla is calling my name in subtitles.